Today, I'm testing 10 YouTuber versus big brand food products, starting with Ashley Alexander of Your Mom Ashley with over 1.6 million subscribers, where she shares vlogs of her life in New York City and her love of matcha, which led her to this 2-year journey of creating her own matcha brand, Nami Matcha, a ceremonial grade matcha powder. So Nami is sold at $34, which is a hefty price tag, but when you compare it against the big box brands like Mighty Leaf, this one was $25 and you get 1.5 ounces. You get 1.06. Watching Ashley's video, I always see her doing a swatch test with her finger, and she claims that her matcha is very green and it's buttery smooth. It comes in a little jar like this that's vacuum sealed, and as I'm opening it, you can see little dust of matcha coming out. It's very green. Mighty Leaf, on the other hand, comes in this giant tin, and inside is one of these little bags, which is how most typical matcha brands come. Let's do Nami's first. So both of these are ceremonial grade. So Ashley's matcha leans a lot more vibrant and deeper green, whereas Mighty Leaf tends to be a little bit more yellow. And if I didn't know, I would think that this is almost like culinary grade because there is a little tinge of brownness to it too. But let's do the swatch test. It does feel buttery, but it also kind of disintegrates as I do this test. It doesn't do like a straight streak like she's done, but maybe I'm doing it wrong. Let me try one more time. Yeah, I mean, it's good, but it's not as uniform as I thought. Let's see how this one compares. This is pretty good, actually. Actually, this is really good texture. And I think the texture is representative of like the chalkiness of the matcha. But texture-wise, I think Mighty Leaf wins. Color-wise, definitely going to Nami. Let's do a smell test. Nami's, like I mentioned, smells very grassy matcha, like what you would think a typical matcha smells like. Smells delicious. And then Mighty Leaf is not as fragrant. I don't get that strong, fresh matcha smell. Smell goes to Nami. Okay, so let's make our matcha. I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of each matcha powder and see how frothy they look. And then we'll add 4 ounces of hot water in each and whisk away. Oh, I forgot to strain each one, but we'll see which one's more clumpy without straining. This one froths up beautifully. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, lives up to the hype so far. Okay, nice deep green color. And I think the dissolvability is pretty good too. Let's try Mighty Leaf. This one doesn't dissolve as well. I still see some clumps. When it's early in the morning, sometimes I just forget to use the strainer. So this is not unusual for me. The green color of Mighty Leaf is a little more murky. It's not as deep and vibrant as Nami's. And it also doesn't foam up as well either. We're gonna make this the way Ashley suggests, which is a little bit of maple syrup, some oat milk, and then pour in our matcha. Okay, no clumps at the bottom. Ooh, I see clumps, I see chunks. And to know if I'm really tasting the best one, we're gonna do each of the taste tests blindfolded. Thank you, cameraman. The matcha flavor was strong upon first sip, but then as I kept sipping, it kind of got lost in the mix. This one has a much stronger matcha flavor. Whoa, it's grassy. It doesn't leave any kind of bitterness. It's very pleasant. You definitely get more of a matcha flavor in this than you do with this one. But let me confirm it. Yes, so my vote goes for this one. Hey! I thought you switched it around. Round 1, YouTuber wins. But keep watching because the subscriber counts only get bigger and the products get more interesting, but will they hold their own against the big brands? Next, we have Max the Meat Guy, a foodie YouTuber that's known for his expertise in cooking and grilling meats. He has over 6 million subscribers, and during my research, I found out that in his 20s, he moved to China and began honing his craft of making jerky. And in 2023, he started his own line, Max Jerky. So on the website, there's so many flavors, but I got his most popular 4 flavors, which is the Texas barbecue. I've seen people rave, and he really hypes up his Sichuan chili crisp jerky, which makes sense now that I know a little bit more about his story. We have Montreal maple bacon burnt ends and a New York buffalo chicken jerky and bacon burnt ends. But we are gonna compare Max against Jack's links. And I just got their most popular original and sweet and hot. So the reviews for Max Jerky overall were very positive. But let's see how it compares against the big guys. There's such a difference in color. Right off the bat, I can tell that this one has a lot more texture and graininess with the meat, whereas this kind of just looks like plastic. Like, does this not just look like plastic to you? The color is very different as well. And this just looks like real food versus not sure what this looks like. So we're just gonna do a blind taste test with Max's Texas barbecue beef jerky against Jack Link's original. This one is really tough. It's kind of dry too, but the flavor is smoky and slightly sweet. It's not bad. There's a little kick of pepper to it. I would say the texture was no good. Exhibit B. This one's even tougher. Oh my gosh. I don't know how to explain it, but once you start chewing it, it kind of like spreads out. Flavor-wise, I feel like this wasn't marinated as long. I think I was focusing on just chewing it. They were both equally chewy in different ways. I guess that's just how jerky is, but I would say the winner would have to be the first one. I was not expecting that. Interesting. Interesting. I feel bad now. Each bag of Max jerkies costs $10, and if you buy a bundle, you get a small discount. I believe it was like $36. Whereas Jack Link's retail for $7 per bag. But we have 3 other flavors to try of Max jerky, so let's try them. This one's really popular on the internet. It's the Sichuan chili crisp, but it's chicken jerky. I can't say I've ever had chicken jerky before. That's gonna be a workout for my jaw. Then we have his Montreal maple bacon, which looks like literal pieces of bacon. This one is my favorite so far, and I can see it being really good during a camping trip. Now let's try the New York Buffalo chicken jerky. That's actually really good. The buffalo flavors really shines through, and this buffalo chicken jerky was not as tough or chewy as the chili crisp chicken jerky. My top 2 are the Montreal bacon and the buffalo jerky. Now we have Pokimane, a popular gaming channel with almost 7 million subscribers. She has even more subscribers on Twitch though. But she created this new brand called Mina Snacks. She loves gaming and wanted to create the most craveable, poppable, feel-good snacks of all time. So her cookies are a little different because she touts that it's healthy, real ingredients, sustainably sourced, vitamin D, no gluten, and nothing artificial. So they're tiny little cookies with a chocolate base and white chocolate chips. So her launch of these cookies was not without controversy. People are saying that she basically relabeled this cookie right here from Costco called Tootsie's Midnight Cookies, which sold for $9.99 for a 14-ounce bag. I tried to look for them to compare against these, but it seems like people were right. They were rebranded and relabeled to be her snacks. The closest I could find were these small double chocolate cookies from Simple Mills, and I've also seen people compare her cookies to Chips Ahoy's. Market competition-wise, I feel like she's the only one in this category with the tiny cookies, gluten-free. The Simple Mills came in at $6.99, while hers came in at 4 packs for $28. So the price is comparable to the Simple Mills one, but you can only order them online. Chips Ahoy, because they're widely distributed, they're a lot cheaper, coming in at $3.19. And to keep things fair, because they're all different sizes, I'm gonna be using her snack grabber that you can buy for an extra $10 on the website. That tastes like a classic chocolate chip cookie. I think that was the Chips Ahoy. I don't even know. This one tastes a little gritty, a little chalky. Something about the last cookie is so salty, it leaves a weird aftertaste. I do not like it. And here's our third one. Just based on the size of this, that was Pokimane's. And honestly, I get a little bit of coconut oil in there. The texture is definitely better than the second one, I think. Also kind of gritty, but not bad. If we're gonna go by texture and taste, the first one definitely wins. Yeah. If we're gonna look for a healthier option, I say she did a really good job. I definitely would not buy these again. So based on the price, texture, taste, the winner for this round is gonna have to go to Chips Ahoy. So far, it's not looking great for the YouTubers, but I just wanna say I know how much work and care goes into developing each of these products, so definitely kudos to them. But moving on to our next YouTuber, we have Uncle Roger, or Nigel Ng, a comedian that's best known